Millions of users and billions of real-time transactions form the rhythm of modern telecom networks. From personalized product offerings to transformation of operators' systems, we keep the balance between adoption of new technologies and the importance of human connections.
Thank you for that. Next, we're going to introduce a case study from Maxim Nartov, who is a Business Development Director at Nexign, and we have Vitaliy Lyaper, who is the Senior Solution Architect at MEGAFon.
John.
Over to you guys.
Thank you, John. Today we will speak about, we want to share our experience with digital transformation and MEGAFon and how we achieve agility after this transformation. I'm here together with Vitaliy Lyaper, the Chief Solution Architect. He will explain you the case study. But what I want to start first is actually a discussion about this project and how we went to this agility. You know, last year, we actually presented this project. We completed the huge transformation project in MEGAFon, where we made a full transformation of the digital BSS stack towards a new reality. But what we find out, it's not, if you want to stay up to the date with the digital, you need to keep up going very fast with the changes you're doing. You need to remain open and make sure your ecosystem helps to support your solutions help to support the partners. And at the same time, you need to be very flexible and adaptive because the world is not stopping and it changes every day. So if you want, if I may evaluate our experience, I would say that the very first step is actually make sure that your systems enable the digital world and ecosystem creation. After that, you go to the established process that helps you to move forward, but you should not stop improving it. It's a part of it should become a part of your daily activities to achieve the continuous improvement of your ecosystem and the processes and the agility you have inside. Because if you look into our experience, right, we completed this huge project and we believe it was three major success factors inside it. It was share goals, share teams, and share tools. And what helps us to actually deliver this project and the experience we bring out of it was to build a huge cross-functional team to manage the requirements. We didn't separate vendor from the customer, IT from the business. It was an end-to-end story when we build a real collaboration structure to work together from the business owners, from the people who delivering, who understands where the business should move on, up to the very last engineer and test managers who understand what they want to achieve. We actually, to support this, we build a unified backlog management tool that helps our customer and us to make sure our requirements we are working on now is staying up to date, and we are working on a business-led priorities as we go through the project. Of course, it requires us to run with a full agile methodology, once again, together with our, not even the customer, I would say, partner from MEGAFon. And during the project, it has quite a short cycle, 3 months for planning and delivery. But after that, we understood that it's not enough just to complete the project. You need to keep up and you need to run very fast to stay relevant. And that's where we continue our engagement with MEGAFon, and Vitaliy will tell about this later on. So what we understood that we need actively reuse the practices and the tools we developed during the project for everyday activities, because the business is not stopping as soon as you deliver the system. The changes goes every day, and you need to keep rolling up the new business ideas and business areas into the solution, into the daily operations. And what we find out, and it's actually one of the reasons we are going into this very agile mode together with MEGAFon, is that the ecosystem they are building, the business beyond the telecoms they are building, brings a lot of partnerships. So we set up a proper tool, a proper engine to run this ecosystem creation and support, and to make sure we support MEGAFon and active development. And that's where I pass the word to Vitaliy. He will explain you more about this system.
Thank you, Maxim, and hello. Last year, MEGAFon announced a successful completion of large-scale BSS transformation. Along with modernization of our BSS platform, the company experienced serious operational and technology changes driven by MegaFon's strategic goal to become a digital service provider. This kind of business transformation requires a continuous approach for changes. Today, we will speak about the next steps we are making together with Nexign to achieve true business agility by using new technologies and delivery models on an ongoing basis. So today, MegaFon is an open ecosystem. Our technical environment is capable to integrate partner products and rapidly advertise them to MegaFon customers. We also use partner channels to promote our own services. Our ecosystem incorporates video streaming, music platforms, delivery services, so on, for more than 75 million of MegaFon subscribers. The market of entertainment services is highly competitive. That's why we are keen on building most convenient customer journeys for our customers. And it definitely requires from MegaFon to be agile and flexible to integrate partners' services quickly. We used to have 2-4 months time to market for telco services at start, and now we have 2-4 weeks to launch a new service and start selling it. As well, technology stays important. Since we have huge variety of partners, we should be absolutely vendor and technology agnostic in terms of integration. And here, microservices and cloud-native apps come in place as a solution. On next slide, I will tell you how we are working internally to achieve our strategic goals. So from the very beginning of open ecosystem in MegaFon, we've taken into account not only business goal to build flexible environment for partner integration. However, we also focused on internal advantages that we can get from being agile. We organized work inside MegaFon and with Nexign in a way to prioritize our tasks in flexible manner with a focus on features critical for business. We are getting response from business faster and can react on it accordingly. As a result, we have now these 2-4 weeks delivery cycles for new features and digital products. Working agile also helps us to increase productivity of our teams, lower number of errors and bugs, and continue improving our products step by step without waiting for long release cycles. And of course, a crucial aspect is increase of team's involvement, better satisfaction of our employees, and ability to keep them in MegaFon. Next slide, I want to tell a couple of words about the technical basis of open ecosystem. At the beginning of open ecosystem project, we've started with free-speed IT already implemented in MegaFon. We built our corporate architecture of 3 layers. The first is a front-end and sales channels layer, which is agile from very beginning with the demand for a very high time to market, less than a week. Some changes are done even daily. The next layer is middle layer, the open ecosystem core, carrying a set of business enablers needed for partner integration and also for organizing omni-channel customer journeys in MegaFon. Middle layer is also almost agile, and here we have these 2-4 weeks delivery cycles. And the backend layer, MegaFon's BSS core, stable and reliable, mainly waterfall, providing company-wide functionality. Backend is not exposed directly to our partners. All business functionality is propagated over middle layer. Open ecosystem resides mostly on front-end and middle layers. Now, it's time to tell some words about which enablers we are building for open ecosystem. Together with Nexign, we are building technical enablers for open ecosystem. They let us quickly respond on changes in the market and introduce innovations. What enablers I'm talking about? First of all, federated product catalog. Using federated product catalog, we can configure products new for telecom market. Traditionally, telcos can easily sell minutes and gigabytes. We would like to sell movies and songs, delivery and Uber-like services. To achieve that, we are created a centralized product catalog that can be quickly tuned up and adopted for changing needs. Also, we are working on the order capture system, which is acting as an interface to integrate sales channels in a similar way. Another enabler is Customer View 360, which helps us to provide our partners information about customer profile in secure manner. We also have federated single sign-on system, an entry point for everyone who wants to integrate with middle layer. which is managing the access to middle layer core MegaFon services. And last but not least is our integration framework that supports out-of-the-box most frequent cases of partner integration and helps us to reduce integration efforts for each new partner. Finally, I want to share some thoughts how implementation process is organized together with Nexign. Nexign and MegaFon together have built cross-control implementation cycle based on collaborative DevOps model. Together with our partners from Nexign, we set up several joint implementation teams. These teams collaborate and share expertise. Nexign helps us with integration and software development, and MegaFon shares our expertise in telecom industry, in sales, and in terms of corporate architecture. We have organized an implementation chain that starts from uploading source code from Nexign repository into MegaFon's one and building code in MegaFon's environment. After that, we are executing a huge number of tests daily and roll out changes to several test zones. Through this process, we regularly receive the most recent updates from our vendor and integrate them in an automated way with other open ecosystem facilities. We use the same tools and spaces for interaction, such as task management systems, auto-deploy systems, and collaboration software to ensure transparent knowledge transfer and interaction between our two companies. In fact, the customer and the vendor operate in the same information field and work jointly on the same project in united teams. As you see, using this joint implementation model, we've achieved significant increase of the transparency of our joint work. We share expertise, we track our progress, we have a single backlog, single objectives, and joint success plan. That's basically all what I wanted to say, how collaborative agile implementation looks from the inside, from customer perspective. So Maxim, giving the word back to you to make short summary how it looks from vendor side.
Yeah, thank you, Vitaliy. So as we mentioned, probably this was a subject for a few discussion already today. We believe that the key way to achieve the true agility is actually to break the barriers, the most standard barriers like customer, supplier, IT business or whatever. Because if you want to be really agile, you need to run very fast and you need to run together. There's a few aspects from a people, if you look from the management perspective, the few aspects that is very important is the solution ownership. And it should come from the shared teams with a shared agenda and shared goals. Because only when people work together, when all of them understand where they are going and how they're going to achieve it, it will give you the chance to look for the very, to the best solution to the situation. The second important management side is flexibility, because, you know, in current world, and we all see it last year when the pandemic starts to, and pandemic starts to run very fast, it's very important to have flexibility to change the priorities on the project, during the project, on any activities you are doing, because the world is changing on a daily basis and you cannot wait for a 3 months or 5 months release cycle before you do changes to the requirements or you change something inside your solution. And the third very important management lesson is to keep daily evaluation of what you are doing, because you need to understand if things is working properly, if they need to be improved, and you need to change them, and you should put very fast the corrective measures into what you are doing inside the teams and inside the overall project. If you look more from a technology perspective and how we enable this, I think the very important thing for us was the transparency. It was completely shared information space, both from requirements perspective, from business priorities perspective, and the task perspective. So everybody in the team understand how they work together, what they should do, and how they should do it. We also build quite a good partnership in an architecture perspective, and we keep in the focus around the areas where and how the requirements should be implemented. Because as Vitaliy mentioned, we have a 3-layer approach, and it's very important to understand, should we do something really fast on the front-end layer, or we need to build a strong permanent solutions, and it goes to the back end, maybe with longer release cycle, but with but it will become proven solution that it will be future-proofed. And for us as a vendor, together with the customer, it was very important to build a shared infrastructure. We changed a lot, and we in the approach to how we build the productive zone, how we build the test zone, and we started actively to utilize cloud facilities and cloud tools to make sure our development process runs very fast and smoothly. At the end of the day, our teams achieve the situation when the test zone can be ready in a few hours, and the data could be collected from productive system, cleaned up, and get ready for developers in a matter of few clicks and few hours again. So our developing teams and our business teams have access to the most fresh implementation without delays and without waiting for something to be restarted. And as I said, the final thing to keep in mind is a continuous improvement. You are not, this is not the game when you run to the finish and you get ready. Every day changes, and you need to reevaluate what you are doing and keep improving it as you go forward. This is probably it. Thank you, John.
Thank you very much for that very interesting presentation. Just a couple of questions I have for you guys. Talking about the agility in MegaFon, can you tell me a bit about the scale of transformation that you've achieved inside the business? You know, be that from your technical team or other things as well. That's the vitality.
Sure, John. Thank you for the question. Well, open ecosystem in MegaFon is really a huge business project. As of now, we have 18 agile teams, joint agile teams, that are working together on 5 key enablers and 6 additional products. Each of these products contain a bucket of microservices. So we roll out daily on 8 test zones and do release to production each 2-4 weeks, depending on the product. Regarding our, let's say, integration capabilities, we are going to scale twice for the number of partners onboarded during this year.
Okay, very good, very good. And I mean, what we're really saying in this whole presentation is that vendors are becoming partners. They're not really, it's not a supplier model anymore. We're moving into a complete partnership model, and agility is a key part of that. Is that your key message as well?
Exactly, because as I said, if you work in a more traditional vendor-supplier approach, it will not help us to achieve the timescales Vitaliy was talking about. 2 weeks time for major release, and even smaller, even faster integration of new partners requires that you work together. And from our perspective, as I said it, we had to change a lot ourselves and to change together with MegaFon to make sure that Nexign infrastructure will support this level of agility. All those cloud innovations, all those new shared platforms that Nexign shares with MegaFon was very important at this point of time.
Okay, very good. And just finally, before we wrap up, Maxim, what in your opinion has a vendor to do for providing this level of collaboration and agility?
It's actually changed his mindset. As I said, we are in Nexign here, had to really move from a traditional, more waterfall cycle like sale, deliver, support, to something that we're doing together with our customers. And we're using this experience in other projects as well, and it's very helpful. When you have a open working space, when you're working on a daily basis with not only your procurement managers or your project managers, but with the whole team in customer, it helps you to be together, and it helps you to open up yourself and deliver the project.
Lovely. Thank you both for your excellent session today.
Thank you.
Thank you.